Hello and welcome to Video Trespassing, and today I will be describing Avatar by James Cameron. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with, I stayed up all night Thursday. I worked from 5 to 12, and then I went to go see the 3:45 showing of Avatar in the city where it was freezing. And I'm going to describe it now. I'm looking very tired. So, okay, I'm going to start off with what was wrong with the movie. I know I sound crazy because there wasn't much wrong with it after 14 years of work, but there was a few things, and
5 years of work.
Well,
5 years of work.
Technically 14 years of
14 years of planning, let's say.
Okay, 14 years of planning. Okay, my critique is for the actor, not for James Cameron, because he was amazing. No, he was amazing. Okay, this is directed to you, Sam Worthington. Okay, and he did the same thing in Terminator. Where the first, hour, maybe hour and a half, his accent's perfect. He sounds like, this movie, he just sounded like a normal Marine, maybe Southern, a little bit cowboy, very sexy, and then that's it. It just becomes Australian again. Nobody notices it but me. I totally noticed the Australian thing. Same thing in Terminator. Totally becomes Australian out of nowhere, later on. But whatever. That might be my, only critique, besides crappy 3D glasses. Crappy 3D glasses, and I was really tired. Really cold, and the floor is really sticky.
And all kidding aside, I believe that the reason why you believe his voice changed is because of his role as a heroic character later on in the movie.
Yes, he became a heroic Australian.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's skip.
Whatever.
Skip that.
Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you everything that was amazing, and this is gonna take me 20 years to explain to you. No, but seriously. This movie was not just a movie, it was an experience. The movie was amazing. The acting was great. I mean, the way they all talked, they embodied these people from Pandora. They weren't just these little blue moving things. Everything was just so perfect. I mean, the way they moved, the way they talked, facial expressions were amazing, everything. I mean, when they were walking through the forest and the fern fell, it just looked so natural, so perfect. I mean, I felt like mosquitoes were coming out at me. It was so realistic, and I just feel like they just did so well. Everything was just played out so perfectly. The seas, those flying things just came down so gracefully and yet so forcefully. The whole movie was just so beautiful and yet so compelling. And I just feel honestly, it's nothing I've ever seen before. I feel you can compare it to everything, because there's similarities to every movie I've seen ever, and yet it's so different at the same time.
Namely, Battle for Terra.
Namely, Battle for Terra and Titanic. And there's no reason why I say Titanic, which is the best movie of all time.
Celine Dion.
No. I just feel okay. You know in Titanic, how the ship comes out and it's oh, and it's a big massive ship.
You just sound like you did the Halo theme song.
Whatever. And it was that's the theme song for Titanic.
Okay.
Every time shut up. Whatever. So there's a big ship comes out and and then everybody's just in awe. The whole time they're just in awe. I felt that was his character. His character was just walking through going holy crap. This shit is amazing. He's wow, I am witnessing something amazing here. I felt like he was Leonardo DiCaprio on Titanic. And it was very similar to Battle for Terra. And I don't want to say plot. I don't really know. There were certain points where it was similar.
Alright, so dissect the story versus the technical. You already did most of the technical, but as far as story?
Story-wise? Okay, well, one is a love story. This movie's a love story. Get over it. Fucking A. I mean, Titanic was amazing. It was a love story. Whatever. It was the best movie ever. Okay, so yeah, this was more of a love story. This was more of a tale of... Battle for Terra, there was more of a need. They needed to go to Terra, and they thought they needed to kill the Terrians. It was either they had to kill the Terrians, or what were they going to do? That was just it. That was the war. So therefore, in that movie, you didn't really look at the humans as horrible people, but just as ignorant people. And this movie, the military just kind of comes in, and you're
no spoils. No spoils.
It's not spoiled.
Just don't. I'm just telling you now. Don't spoil it.
Well, this movie is very big on military, and that's just the first 20 minutes of the movie. It's just very military. Military comes in, and they're just military. Battle for Terra, yeah, it was big on military. Hello, the lead character was military, but it was this movie was more focused on. I think more I think that's what reminded me of Terminator a little bit. They were very robotic, very mechanical. The military is just very like, you know, like left, right, like it was just that's.
If you say the word military again, I'm gonna have to punch you in the face.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we'll drop the word. Okay, but I just felt like that's it reminded me of like Battle for Terra in some ways, and in some ways in Terminator, kind of a little bit. I mean, not to mention Sam Worthington again. He just kind of appeared. I mean, he's a really good character for it. So I really feel like he's a really good character for it because he is.
And Zoe, what's her name?
Zoe Ahura. Okay.
Ahura.
It's Ahura. Don't correct me, Shaw. Ahura. Okay, you're also Star Trek. If you're on the internet, you saw Star Trek. Don't even lie. Whatever. So yes, Ahura. She played
the lead alien character.
Nariti.
The lead alien character.
She always has some weird name. Like, what's up with that? Her real name is Zoe. She always plays like Ahura and Nariti. Like, whatever. Whatever. It was just. He was a really good. He was a perfect character for two reasons. Sam Worthington.
Okay.
The lead character.
The
lead character.
Right, the lead character.
One, because he's like this big, sexy, like, guy who's gonna come and save everyone. But at the same time, he's also like this, like, he's got this, like, mystique about him. Like, this air of, like, you don't know what to expect from him. He's kind of quiet. Like, it's very, like, kind of like Batman-y almost, right? Like, I just kind of felt like a little bit of, like, not like Batman the movie at all. I had no comparison. I just felt like his character was very, like, the quiet loner. I mean, even Wolverine. I guess, like, he can be compared to all of them. He has, like, that same characteristic, which is good about him. I feel like that's why he did so well in the movie. I feel like that's why the movie was so amazing. I mean, the actors and actresses really, really, like, they did an amazing job, and they really pulled the movie through a lot. But the movie itself was just, I mean, it was visually, like, it was just, like, nothing I'd ever seen before. Like, oh my god, it was just, I don't know how to explain it.
Go out and see it.
Yeah, just go see it. Go, now, IMAX.